do it. Everything's looking good.
Okay, great. ZKGM everyone, welcome to our May 2025 community call. And it's always amazing to see the energy the Union Army brings together. So this time we have set up like two stages and we are streaming on both of them. And if you face any issues, you can try switching on the stage. So welcome again. We would love to see a lot of ZKGMs in the chat. If you have any questions, our moderator will keep an eye on them. And in the end, we'll address your questions. So we are super excited to share what's been cooking and we'll walk you all through all the latest updates. So we'll kick things off with a quick recap and then we'll dive into the this month's milestone with Karel. So over to you, Karel.
Yeah, hey everyone. Good to see you on the community call. I think we had like a pretty decent month with some pretty big milestones. For me personally, of course, I actually turned 30 on the 3rd of May. So I saw a bunch of people congratulate me with this milestone. So thank you all very much. Union is now officially a boomer project with this, of course. But besides that, we actually achieved a lot of other things. If I sound a little bit down, it's just because I caught a cold yesterday, so I'm a little bit stuffed, but that's all. Um, Obviously, we had like the launch of AppV2, which was received very well by all of you. Lukas, once again, extremely well done. Lukas is the main front-end engineer on the app side here. And of course, Tucker, our designer, who managed to hit out of the park there as well. And what I'm very happy about is also that we managed to get a couple of updates out basically in the next couple of days with some of the other features that you guys really wanted to see. I think Lucas, after this, is going to actually show like the next big update, V2.3, which is adding a whole bunch of new features to the app, something I'm really excited about. We see the Union BTC flywheel really get some momentum as well. Right now on Babylon, the main chain around Bitcoin's BSN ecosystem, is kind of powered by Union TVL wise. So about 95% of all TVL on Babylon itself is from Union. And on Tower, the main DEX, 90% of all TVL is provided by Union. So very happy with that. Basically, we are like the most dominant bridge in that ecosystem. I hate to compare ourselves to a competitor, but we're literally the layer zero of Bitcoin here. So very happy to see that we actually managed to score such a big win over there. We're expecting actually a lot of growth in this area still. So currently we're in talks with various institutions and funds who are looking to use Union as well. So you guys might have seen that we added like multi-sig support specifically in the wallet. That was obviously because that's a feature request from these bigger parties. And this kind of aligns a bit with the trend that we're seeing with how other projects see Union. They still see Union very much as kind of a Swiss bank, very trusted partner, like a really good base layer to use when you bootstrap a new ecosystem. Obviously, with some of the like new app changes that we're bringing in, we're not only looking to become like this Swiss banking partner that provides reliable services, but also the Venmo or Cash App, basically the easiest and fastest way for any user to interact with these ecosystems. So we continue to build on that. With our BTC Flywheel, we saw a lot of support from other projects. So not only are we kind of like funding this ourselves, but what we actually see is that other projects put down more points and tokens than we do ourselves. So very happy with that. We see the appetite for supporting Union across the ecosystem. With that, we can kind of close the chapter around BTC.Union.build, or at least like we can let that grow steadily now, and focus again on like what really excites me as a builder, which is U Combinator with the pitch days happening in 2 days. There, I think around pitch day we're gonna have 15 projects that made it through like all of the stages of U Combinator and will be pitching in front of various top VCs. These projects range from like literally GameFi, stable coins, payment infra, DeFi, like everything I want to see being built on top of Union. And so this really excites me because for those who've been around with us for a long time, you probably saw us talk about like Azure and Tower early on, right? Like these are projects that we work with from the very start, and that's kind of Union's approach. And with U Combinate, we're basically laying the foundation for the next 15 massive collaborations. We had our core team grow as well. So obviously, Pablo, our intern, is now actually an employee and handling all of our like decentralized listings. He's the one that works together with the Babylon team, the Etherscan team, June, etc., to get all of our data sets and such listed. And we had Eric join us from the TradFi sector. Eric is helping Lukas on the front end side with massive experience on what I would say is like rather complex JavaScript work. 'Cause people might not be aware, but our front end actually does a lot of very compute heavy work integrating these various chains. And so to be able to keep on expanding at a quicker pace than we did so far, we decided to increase our team size over here. And what we're also starting right now, because I saw a lot of community members basically request more transparency, to be kept more in the loop, not only on like our month by month thinking, but to see more insights into our week by week thinking. We're starting kind of Union Hall weekly live streams. This is both to kind of give a bit of updates on what's happening in Union, but also to talk with other teams that we partner with. We noticed that so far we kind of announce a partnership. I might do a couple of tweets, but I don't really give you guys that much time to like ask questions yourself or get to know these other founders. So initially we're starting this with Menta, More Markets, and Zion, and we got a couple of really kick-ass speakers lined up for the next couple of weeks. And this is something we'll be trying to do every single Thursday. A little bit like a podcast to kind of give more insights into the Union ecosystem, provide you guys with nice snippets to yap about, and to really like start expanding our presence overall. Yeah, so that's it on our milestones. Really happy so far with what we achieved this month. After having shipped for a full month on our like BTC and MT2.
Over to you, Lucas.
Oh, yes. Yes. So on my agenda today, I'm going to show you what we're going to release here in a 2.3 version of the app. So as many of you know, we have a dashboard where you can earn experience, engaging with Union and partners. And we kind of want to move the dashboard over to the app to have like a more um, singular approach to where we build, and it makes it easier for us to maintain, and it will probably be a much better experience as well. And originally I thought this will be done last Friday, but things take more time because the dashboard, as many of you know, have complained about, is like it's very unstable, and you don't see your data. It doesn't update. The backend is slow at times because there's so many users use max clicking, trying to see their achievements, increase, or the mission stats or whatever. So it turned out to be a bit more complex because in the app we are more of a production grade ready application. It's rewritten, as you all know, into Effect TS, so it's focusing more of the long term reliability of the app and increase our confidence so we can sleep better at night. So we wanna do the same thing for the dashboard. So the last week I've rewritten almost, I would say, 95% of the dashboard into the app. There's some small things left to do, and one big task that heavy lifting in regards to wallet handling, like how we add wallets to the dashboard. But this code base will, of course, be upgraded to give all our users a better experience when dealing with missions and achievements, etc. So the error handling will be improved massively. We will have a brand new retry logic if like queries or fetching data fails. I've added a full new caching layer to the dashboard as well. So now you won't see that loading spinner if you already loaded some data. We will keep that stored in your browser so you can like still see where you were at the last fetch. So as you can see here on the dashboard, in the top right corner, you can actually see when the last successful data fetch happened. So for example, if the backend is very slow because you guys are max clicking so hard, you can still see when we actually successfully updated your data, which is really important for users. And I think you can spoof the state here just to show also one thing that is very important for user experience is if a new user joins the dashboard, we can see here that we will show them this message that we are actually setting up everything on the back end, because populating all of the data when someone connects an account or a wallet can take a bit of time. So we like inform them what they can do in the meantime, and just to make people a bit calmer and not freak out like, hey, where's my experience points? So that's a great addition as well, because that will improve the UX for all the users basically. Yeah, and I think like this will be released this week, probably going into internal testing today, hopefully. And I think we will release this like in a four-stage rocket. So the first stage will of course release it like what you see right now, kind of. And then the next stage is probably handle all the errors a bit better, or at least show them a bit better, because we don't have an error component for this part of the app. So we'll see if we will reuse what we have, or if we will figure out if we should do some toasts or whatever. That's a internal discussion going on. And then the third will probably be some UI improvements to this. Like moving the whole dashboard into the app is like a big lift, and we have redesigned everything and rebuilt all the logic for it as well. So the UI here will probably improve over the coming days as well, adding some new ways to interact with the app and like connect with the dashboard. And then I think the last stage will be to, now when we have everything in one place, we basically have two sets of data. So we have like the dashboard data, and then we have the app data. And these two we can like combine and play a bit with. So for example, if you're making transfers, we can kind of show you like a heads up display, like, hey, you're making a transfer to this and you have an achievement, you need to make 4 more. So we can like add more gamification to this, to the whole app. And I think that will be really, really fun. Yeah, so I mean, I'm stoked about this. This is going to be really, really good. And we are looking forward to have everything in one place, so we can move forward and add new things to the app as well that ties in with all of this. And I think I want to like emphasize that like it's very crucial. Like you guys do so much testing, and the feedback loop is amazing. And I think like we want your feedback for the future development of this, and like co-create this into something that you like to use and enjoy throughout the app. So the feedback is always welcome. Yeah, and I think that's, I mean, I can show you around a bit just what we're doing. So how we can connect your accounts. You have the mission stats, and here we're going to categorize them a lot better, so you can see the expired ones, the completed ones, upcoming and active. Don't take this as the final design. This is just like I probably will polish this a bit more before we release. You can see all your achievements, you can see the chains, and one cool thing now is that we also have like images for all the achievements as well, which is Tucker has done a great job adding to this. And the reward stats, you can see all the ones that are available. You can see the ones that you've earned, and the status of that as well. And the new leaderboard, probably same thing, but a bit newer design with coloring. It looks nice. It looks nice, and it's so much more stable. You can see if I refresh it, it just loads. It just loads. It's so great. So it's really, really good. So yeah, I think that is for me. On to the next one.
I just have to say, Lukas, massive fan of the redesign that you guys did. This shit just looks so freaking clean. Extremely well done. I think like community members, like you all love seeing this style around Junior, right? Like we had like the app V1 with kind of the really weird classic design. Then we had the dashboard, which was a big improvement over V1. But now with V2 and it's like unified design language, I think it's great.
No, it's incredible, and we're gonna have that going live shortly. Definitely follow in the Discord and the main account on X for updates on that. But I know y'all will test it when it drops. By the way, if anybody is having trouble with one of the streams, there's 2 stages. Second stage is a little bit lighter. Go join the second stage if you're having trouble with the first one. Granted, I don't know how you would hear that if you're having trouble, but pass the word along if somebody's saying. But for now, we'll continue on. The community has been up to a lot this past month. So for the Wandering Whale Sharks, we announced that the Wandering Whale Sharks are sponsoring a real whale shark. So we're collaborating with the Galapagos Whale Shark Project to sponsor a whale shark, which helps with whale shark conservation. So you can go to the whale shark handler to learn a little bit more, but basically Galapagos Islands are one of the main areas around the world where whale sharks come close enough to land for humans to interact with them. And it's one of the few, if not only, I don't remember, where they're predominantly female. So most whale sharks that are studied are adolescents because they're small enough to be in an aquarium. Galapagos has the big ones, and they're the lady sharks. So we're sponsoring one of them. It's allowing scientists to go out and study them, track them, understand more about them. And as part of that, we'll get a whale shark that will have pictures, maybe videos, stuff like that. It'll go into an official listing of whale sharks around the world, and it will support the scientists who are doing that work. So that's all thanks to everybody who voted in the contest last month for adding another community to the dashboard. So thank you, everybody. Thank you especially to the raccoons community, since they were the winners, so they contributed the most. And then whale shark holders will be voting on the name for our whale shark. So that'll be going live soon. Growth-wise, we had like 60% more views and impressions on X this month, just hitting a new all-time highs all the time, which is amazing. We also broke the a Twitter space we did because everybody joined. That's pretty classic at this point. So we'll have a slightly different setup for the one that we're going to do on Thursday. Which, by the way, we'll do the official announcement with the links to join, and add a reminder for that after this. Also, for those in the Discord, there's a new activities section called the Arena. That is a great place to do some fun stuff. We're going to add more all the time. Right now, there's one we just ran, and there's a suggestion area. So we're going to pull some suggestions from those, and we might ask some of y'all to help with it. You go to the next slide. And then U Combinator. So Karel already spoke about this for a little bit, but U Combinator started with 50 teams. I think we have around 15 that are going to be doing the pitching process on pitch day. It's happening in a couple days. The top 10 of which will be chosen as Union Fellows. If you're curious about what these projects are, you should. We've posted a kind of dashboard, Airtable, I believe, that Kaylee put together, Token Female Hire on Twitter. Go follow her, and also check her latest one for all of the projects. There's some crazy good builders, some like amazing projects. Even the ones that aren't pitching, a lot of them are amazing as well. Just need a little bit more time to polish. But especially the ones that are, those are going to be the new, the next generation of union projects. We already had a great first generation Escher, Fluton, Dexter, great teams. There's going to be many more this time, and we'll keep building the ecosystem. Next, I believe it's over to Karel. Oh, you muted.
Yeah, so we had a couple of partnerships. What I'm really excited about is obviously with, I'm going to mispronounce this, Keychain, especially because kind of their vision on like making crypto truly usable through like better payments integration, RWAs and such, really aligns with what I want to see as well. Like DeFi is fun, tokens going up endlessly is a lot of fun, of course. I loved kind of the trade in the trenches too. But in the end, we're out here to build something that changes the world, right? That makes everyone's life meaningfully better. And so this partnership really supports that. On top of that, excited that once again, Union has been selected as a partner in this, right? And that our tech is being used in the stack here. So it's great for Union as an ecosystem. It's good for the protocol for long-term revenue, but also long-term dominance across various assets. And something that I, especially with U Combinator and such, want to focus on a lot more, which is the kind of stablecoin RWA sector. I think Union fits perfectly here as kind of a decentralized Stripe payment service provider for basically all of these decentralized protocols. That's definitely where right now, to be honest, over the last 6 months, we've been working a lot towards, and we're seeing the fruition right now. BTC Flywheel, I already covered that, but I saw some people reply to my tweet and not fully understanding which assets are from Union, which ones are from other protocols. So Uni BTC is not like Union's BTC. it's actually from Bedrock. But what you're seeing in Tower is basically every single asset that you're scrolling through is secured by Union, bridged over by Union, is part of Union's network. So Bedrock has selected Union as its canonical bridge for this. SetLayer has done the same. Babylon, of course, with the baby token has done the same as well. If you actually navigate to Etherscan on Ethereum and you look for baby, the asset itself on Ethereum, then you will see that that's actually the Union asset over the Union Bridge. So we've actually like made big strides last month with becoming canonical for a bunch of these assets and basically replacing what used to be like these slow L2 bridges or these slow like native bridges that these teams operate. And we just exceedingly see teams choose Union as being their base layer. Zion added to testnet and soon to mainnet as well. Very happy with how the Zion integration went. I think everyone here can attest that's actually the most performant testnet that we connect to. And of course, our Osmosis Golf proposal passed with significant support. I will have to say this, guys. I like sharing our Golf proposals and getting the community involved. Do not rate the comments for Golf proposals, however. Like, I love seeing everyone's support personally, but the comments in governance proposals are for like critique or discussion. And if it's 1,000 ZKGMs, I'm laughing my ass off. That does make discussion with other teams a little bit more difficult. But very happy to see the community this involved and Union basically winning once again.
Okay, so coming on the events, we were on a move last month. We hosted a couple of workshops in Turkey led by our founding engineer Abdullah. So the first one is at Blockchain Days 2025, where Abdullah gave a deep dive into Union's interop architecture. And the second one we hosted in ITU University with their blockchain club, where Abdullah gave an overview around the Goblin book and went through like how they can utilize Goblin book to build interoperable apps on top of Union. And at the last one, you can see our Union Foundation director Brad, who was at Token 2049 Dubai. He was on a panel on scaling BTC5 at the BTC Summit. So he talked about how like we are using the btc.union.build the BTC app to scale the BTC5 efforts over there. And the momentum is not going to stop. We have a huge community in Indonesia and Nigeria. So we are hosting events over there. The Nigeria one is going to happen in Lagos, the biggest city in Nigeria, in 17th of May. So we'll drop the Luma link for the event in the Nigeria channel. And for Indonesia, we are deciding on the date and we'll be making it live soon. So stay tuned for the updates. So that was it on the update side. Now, coming on the questions. So the first question for you,
Oh,
Karel.
let me interrupt real quick. We don't have too many questions so far, so if anybody has any, please drop them in the chats to either stage. We have people collecting them both ways. There are several that are customer support kind of ones, like about some missing achievements or like the raccoon when that's going to be added. When it comes to like missing achievements and or EXP or things like that, we're aware of most of those issues. If we're not, the mods are collecting your reports and making sure we're aware. A lot of those are going to be solved when the update for the dashboard goes and it's moved over to the app. Those that are not, we're going to have a process where you can basically say, "Hey, I had gotten this one. I missed this mission. I should have received," things like that. So follow the Discord for those. There'll be an announcement next couple of days for what you need to do for those. But like I said, a lot of them will go ahead and automatically be will be solved whenever we make the update. And then the raccoon achievement is one of those. We just have to add Initia wallet support for that. So when that's added, then those will be added as well. Um, Anyway, go on, Loveneesh.
Yeah, sounds good. So the first question is, when is the updated dashboard coming? Lucas, hello.
Yeah, I think Lucas already answered that actually.
Mm.
So I'm not sure if he dropped out of this call. So basically, we're going to start internal testing today, and then if we find it adequate, hopefully release it sometime this week to you guys.
Sounds good. And the next one being, is there any plan to reintroduce the Union testnet as a supported network in App V2?
We want to do this. The problem is, last time during the previous test net, we had a whole bunch of bots not even doing bridge transfers, but just doing regular transfers. And that fills up blocks and causes congestion, which delays user transfers. So we kind of have to figure out a way to ensure that that does not occur. Otherwise, we get like deteriorated service across everything. Right now, we have integrated a custom fee market module. So for those unaware, that's like used by say as well, I think, and a few of the other major projects built on the Cosmos SDK. The fee market like handles spam attacks better. So right now we're actually testing this out, and then probably when we are going to test decentralized governance, which obviously involves the union chain itself, we will also like re-enable the union chain for transfers, and that means that in the app you guys can play around with like voting on proposals and such, taking a more active step in the process, and as well wrapping up those final achievements.
Sounds good. And the next one being, are we going to be able to complete the events that have been suspended that already started before? I guess like people are asking if they have, we had a achievement for the last month's community call in Discord, and that has already happened. Like, will they be able to complete the achievement on the dashboard?
Yeah, no, no. If you missed like a Discord call, like if you weren't present there, then for like that specific one, you cannot complete that. And that's obviously like we have to be fair for the ones who have already like completed something. And the same goes with certain testnet missions. Like if you, for example, see like a testnet 8 mission and you've just joined the union, then I have to be very sorry to you, but you will not be able to complete a testnet 8 mission. That stage has passed. So compared to someone who's been with us for like a year and a half, if that person has been doing literally everything, then your XP is just going to be lower. That's how we kind of have rewarded the OGs. Obviously, we have like more achievements actually going live with the new dashboard changes going live as well. So for a lot of new users, that will open up a lot of opportunity and allow you to catch up more significantly.
Yeah, I'll
Thank
add to that too. There are some achievements that are not presently able to be completed, but they don't say like testnet A. So for example, there's one for I think streaks of days interacting with the union chain. If we bring back the union chain as it's written right now, that'll be doable. Um, we might we might decide to change that, of course. But there will be some that could come back. But any that say testnet A, not doable anymore.
Thank you so much, Stephen. So the next one being, like a couple of people are asking how Union is different from other interoperability solutions. That's a good one.
Of course, so that's my bread and butter. So there's kind of, I've said this before quite often, there's almost three major ways of doing interop. One is the XLR layer 0 approach, which is you have like an Oracle or a multi-sig securing the bridge transfers. And that like Oracle multi-sig is run by a couple of parties. Wormhole works the same as well. They can technically rogue the network if they want to. And so some bridge hacks that you see happening occur by like North Korean hackers getting access to the machines that hold the keys to this multi-sig. These bridges, however, can do like general message passing, they can do contract calling, they can do OFTs and asset minting. So from a product perspective, they're really good. They're just extremely high risk and quite centralized. Then we have solver-based bridges, well, like across. Those cannot do contract calls, those cannot do general message passing. They can only do asset transfers and only for a limited amount of assets, but they are like a little bit less centralized, like less risky of getting hacked. And then we have kind of a new and third category where unions on the forefront. Those are ZK based bridges, which have all of the qualities of like XLR, layer zero, and wormhole in the sense of can do general message passing, asset transfers, OFTs, but none of the centralization risks associated with it. So it truly like provides kind of the best of both worlds where another team can choose to use a ZK based bridge as their own canonical bridge without having to worry that they're building a dependency on like a third centralized party. Now, on the union side, we've been really clever with the core protocol as well. So we didn't just think like, how can we make that first category better? We actually absorbed a bunch of features from solver-based bridges as well. So we kind of like combine both. So union is almost like its own like fourth generation bridge that we have out there. I don't think like from an architectural perspective, you actually like can do better than what Union does. Like it truly is like an optimal architecture to do bridging and interop. Still early days, of course. So it like opens up a brand new category. But already we see for like fast chains, it's a extremely fast bridge, operates well. There's still some downsides. So for like L2s that settle very slowly, like Bob and Corn, you see like slow transfer times because Union is kind of constrained by the fact that these L2s like aren't provable for long periods of time. So we're currently building like various solutions to fix this as well, and that'll kind of be the end state of Union.
Thank you so much for differentiating, Karel. And I must say, like, we at Union are building the end game of interoperability in Frontend. So, uh, coming up to the next question, it's regarding NFT transfers. Like, when are we going to integrate the NFT transfer support on Union? I guess they mean cross chain NFT transfer.
Yeah, exactly. So like the core protocol already supports this. So this is just a bunch of UI work to be capable of doing it. Where the downside is like when do we prioritize this, right? Like how glad do we want to see it? For me, I definitely want to wrap up this dashboard integration. And to be honest, I also want to wrap up like the cross-chain governance because I think from like a pure token perspective, those are like the most useful features to get out to other projects right now. Cross-chain NFTs, like are nice, and I think they have like a bunch of applications, maybe for unions specifically as well. You can imagine maybe, and this is just speculation, right? Like we're not announcing anything here, but maybe lower transfer fees if you hold union associated NFTs, right? But to power such a feature, you would need to have cross-chain NFTs. So it's something that I really want to be able to build in the protocol. It's just on the front end we need to prioritize. So probably at least like a month or two before we see that.
Sounds amazing and really excited for it. And coming up next, a couple of people asking like, when will we have SVM chains on Union?
Yeah, so SVM chains, like they're a bit hard to integrate, not because of the SVM itself, but because of kind of the consensus of Solana that's backing it, which is a very limited consensus. Like although like the chain is fast, the chain actually doesn't do that much, and so generating ZKPs for this is just a little bit harder. So right now we're wrapping up some other chains where we have like existing protocols that really want Union to be on there. So we already alluded to those, but I think Say, Aptos, Sui, and such. And then probably we'll focus on SVM chains as well.
And a couple of folks asking about Monad and Mega ETH too.
Yeah, so Monad we really want to do. We've been talking with the Monad team for about a year now. Um, Mega ETH is once again like an L2, so that's a little bit trickier to do properly. So maybe we'll have like a new design that can both handle like Solana and L2s at ridiculously fast speed. So that's something that we're exploring right now.
Uh, Gotcha. And coming on the last question, it's regarding the bots. So, how are we going to differentiate real humans from a bot? There are a lot of bots pushing on transactions.
Yeah, so we have a couple of techniques actually that we use to detect if a transfer is created by a human from our app or automatically by a script. So for those right now, I can't obviously share these techniques because then the bot builders will actually like look and figure out what we are doing under the hood. But so that has already given us actually quite a lot of data. So for all transfers made so far, we actually know exactly which ones are by a human and which one by a bot. So we can already use this data set. And then on top of that, for like filtering, we use basically a combination of various statistics that we get. So we do like wallet analysis for Sybil analysis. We try to cross-reference your socials with your on-chain activity. And that's like the powerful thing that we have with the Union dashboard, right? We basically get this like multi-dimensional way for us to figure out who are the real users and who are the bots. So basically, we're using a combination of all these services.
Sounds amazing. And indeed, this question sounded like a trick question that. Uh, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Karel. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Stephen, for joining in this month's community call. And so much love to the Union Army and each of the community member who is here to listen about all the updates. And until next time, ZKGM, and make sure keep an eye on Thursday. We are hosting another Union Hall. So looking forward for you all to join to that. Thank you so much, everyone.